Hey guys, we're here at Lazy Days Tampa because we recently just hosted our first ever RV Buyers Bootcamp here. So while we were here, we actually got to look around the property a little bit and got a little bit more familiar with the area. And we learned at our boot camp that not a lot of folks, if you are a first-time RV buyer, are familiar with the process of RV buying. So we figured that would be a perfect opportunity to take advantage of this great property and then also just walk you through the RV buying process if you're a first-time buyer.
Alright, so if you were like us and you have never purchased an RV before, you're kind of overwhelmed. Being from Los Angeles, we didn't have any family or friends that really owned RVs, and so we didn't know about all the different types. So the first stage of your buying journey is figuring out what type of RV that you want. For us, it originally started, we wanted one of these Class A, and I wanted a diesel pusher for that extra power. And after walking through a whole bunch, we still just didn't get something that looked like it would fit right for what we wanted. And then one of the salesmen took us into a fifth wheel and we fell in love. It more fit our lifestyle. So you get to choose between the major versions of RVs, which are Class A, which are these big bus types. You have Class Bs, which are more like vans. Class Cs, which are the ones that you see rental companies use that have the cab over the truck, and they're a little bit of a mix between the big bus and the small van. Or you have towables, like a big fifth wheel like we have, or travel trailers. So there's more subgenres in there, including a toy hauler type fifth wheel and stuff like that. But that's your first step in the RV buying process, is deciding which model you want.
So then the next step in the buying process is choosing your floor plan. So once you start to familiarize yourself with the different types of RVs that are out there and you can gauge what's going to work best for your lifestyle, it's time to start narrowing it down to a floor plan. So to do this, you're going to want to go to dealers or local shows to get a real feel for what's out there. For example, Lazy Days RV here in Tampa, we learned is actually the largest dealer in the US. So if you are in Florida, we recommend coming here because this is a great place where you can look at different makes and models. You're just going to have a much wider variety, and it could actually make your decision-making process easier because you won't have to be traveling to different dealerships to see the different types of rigs that you're interested in.
Alright, you've chosen your type of RV, say a fifth wheel, and you've chosen your floor plan, say something like a front living room. Now's your turn to pick out a manufacturer. So you look at all the different fifth wheels that have front living room floor plans, and you get to pick and choose between them. Once again, a larger dealership will make this a lot easier, like Lazy Days, where they have multiple manufacturers there. But you can also check online. The Florida RV Super Show is next week, so RV shows are another great place to look at a bunch of different floor plans from different manufacturers. But one of the things that we think you should think about is the warranty policy of your manufacturer. Something that was a big want for us was that full-timers were covered under the manufacturer warranty, and not all of them do that, so make sure that you check that out for your manufacturer.
So let's say you finally narrowed it down to the floor plan you want with the manufacturer you want. Your next step is choosing a dealership. Where are you going to be buying this RV? This is a huge question, and depending if you're going to be full-time, weekender, or seasonal, there's different things that you need to take into consideration. So when you're choosing your dealership, if you're going to be full-time, this might be less of an issue. But if you will be coming back to a home base, you're going to want to choose a dealership that's close to your home base, because this is where you're going to get your warranty work done, some big issues repaired, or even some maintenance work done there if you don't want to do it yourself. So location of your dealership is a big thing to consider, and distance from your home or your home base. The next thing you want to take into consideration is the inventory on the dealership's lot that you're considering. Most dealerships actually have a relationship with the manufacturer. So the larger a dealership is, the better and bigger relationships it has with multiple different manufacturers. This is good for you because they can assist you with warranty work or any regular issues that you might encounter, and they have that point of contact for you. Another big thing to consider is, how are you treated when you walk onto the dealer's lot? Are you greeted with a smile? Are you offered water? Are you set up with a salesman right away? Do they have a large welcome center, or are you kind of wandering around trying to find a place to go? And lastly, you're gonna wanna at least do some research on their customer service. So even if you're not a customer yet, you haven't purchased your RV through them yet, you can still do some research online, find some reviews, and figure out how are they treating their customers after they've purchased an RV.
All right, so you've chosen which RV you want and you've picked out the dealership. So the next step is actually buying your RV. And this is the step that confused us the most. I had never even purchased a car brand new before, and so I didn't really know what to expect, but this is definitely not even like purchasing a car brand new from the lot. You don't pay for it and walk away the same day, but it's a little similar. It's not scary at all. You show up to your dealership, you go through your RV, you find your floor plan, and then you sit down with the salesman and you negotiate price, and you can pay via cash. You can bring your own financing, or what we did after shopping around online for private financing is we financed it turnkey through our dealership. So Lazy Days does offer that here as well, and it makes it super easy, and we even got a lower rate, which surprised us, let me tell you.
Dealerships do, again, have relationships with banks, so that's how they are able to offer their customers lower rates, better terms, and all of that goody stuff.
Yeah, so once you finish your financing, you leave a deposit and you sign your intention documents and you schedule a delivery date, and that's when the real fun begins, the waiting fun. So the next stage in the buying process is the fun part, and it's the delivery phase. And so we brought Tim out here, who is a Lazy Days salesman, to tell us a little bit more about the special sauce that Lazy Days does that we didn't get in our buying experience.
Well, thank you, Jason. One of the things that we do different than a lot of the other dealers is just really the entire delivery process. This area that we're standing at right now, these are our delivery sites. I've got 78 delivery sites here for my guests to take advantage of. The majority of them are side-by-side sites because, like yourselves, most of our guests have a trade. So we're trying to make that whole transition from moving from one RV to the next as easy as possible. But it's not just the delivery sites that set us apart from our competition. Honestly, it's the entire experience. Like, let's say we find that perfect fifth wheel for you. The first thing we're going to do for you is we're going to assign you a delivery advisor who's going to coordinate with us the day and time you want to come pick it up. Then that advisor is going to get that coach, put it through our service department where we can get a full PDI or pre-delivery inspection. We're going to go through it front to back, inside and out, making sure that everything that's supposed to be working is working properly. Then it's going to go through detail and get cleaned, and then they're going to put it out here on a delivery site. So the day you come in to pick it up, it's sitting on site, ready and waiting for you to move into. Now when you get here, you're going to pull your trade in, nose in next to it. That way you can just do a door-to-door transfer of all your belongings. And of course, some of the things that we do that our competition doesn't, like the first thing we'll do is when you get here is we're going to assign you a walkthrough instructor. Like, these folks in the back here are getting their walkthrough on their coach right now. That instructor is going to come out to the site with you and take you around the outside of it, showing you where everything is, teaching you how everything operates. Then they're going to go on the inside and do the same thing, show you where all the bells and whistles and knobs and buttons are. The goal of that instructor is to make sure that you're comfortable with your new RV before you leave our property. And we take that a step farther in that we ask all of our guests to spend at least the first night right here on property with us. We want you to stay here so you have enough time to get everything moved from your rig into the next. And for most customers, especially the first timers, the walkthrough is information overload. You are not going to remember everything you just went through with that instructor. So after your walkthrough, we want you to go inside and play with your new RV. You camp with us right here on this delivery site. That's going to give you enough time to move the stuff that you have, and go inside and cook a meal, take a shower, and play with your new RV and get used to it. Make sure that you are comfortable with it before you leave our property.
Yeah, and for a comparison feature, our delivery process was completely different, and I think is what most dealership delivery processes are. You will have a basic delivery walkthrough of a unit, but then you're kind of on your own. For us, our dealership wouldn't even help us hitch up our truck because we didn't buy the hitch from them. We had maybe a 30-minute overview of where the switches were, but not a full intensive how things work walkthrough process. And then that first night would have been so beneficial because in our mind, that's a huge, huge benefit, especially for first-time owners, because we took that RV, we had to drive 60 miles home through Los Angeles, and then even after that, we had to wait a week before we took the camper out for the first time. And a funny story is we turned on our furnace by ourselves up in the mountains of the campground that we were at for the first time, which getting up there on a windy road through California mountains was scary enough. When we turned that furnace on, there was a little bit of smoke coming out because of the furnace hasn't been run, and so there's a little bit of oil and sawdust in there, and we thought we were burning down our camper. So being able to stay here and have an experience like that happen and have knowledgeable people here to explain it would have been so much better than the fear and scary experience that we had. So I think like that overall is one of the biggest benefits of coming to a dealership like Lazy Days, that goes that like extra little mile, right? Any dealership can sell you an RV, but it's always that extra little bit that really makes you choose one dealership over another.
Yeah, and that's honestly one of the reasons why we do want you to stay here. You get a lot of first timers that will have questions like that or concerns, and unfortunately there's no such thing as a perfect new RV. You might find something that's not working quite right or forget how something operates on that first night. If that happens, we want you to let us know about it so we can send that delivery advisor back out there, a technician out there to fix it and make it right before you guys do leave property. And we are also very safety conscious. We make sure that anybody who's buying a towable product that's 9 foot of a travel trailer or a fifth wheel, we send a technician to the site to give you a hitch done. We want you to be comfortable hooking it up as well as just knowing how to use the RV.
Yeah, that's good to know. All right, so let's move on to the next part, which is even more fun than picking the RV up. And the last step of the process is taking it home and buying all those RV accessories. This is something that we did not expect and was one of those things that we kind of like stumbled over and had to pick everything up last minute. We do have an RV Essentials checklist, which we'll link below, of everything that you'll need to pick up for your RV. And for us, I think it was about $1,000 on top of buying the RV, of just unexpected cost of all these extra essentials for not only the RV lifestyle, but also for being comfortable in your RV. Another benefit here of Lazy Days is this massive store. This whole thing is just its own building, its own accessory store. So it makes it a one-stop shop. You don't even have to leave the Lazy Days dealership here to get everything that you need.
So if you're in the process of buying your first RV, we hope that this video helped clear up a little bit of what the process is going to look like for you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Otherwise, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to join our Getaway gang. We'll see you next time. Bye guys.
All right, so
Jason, I'm wiping my face. You think that's the perfect time to start?
yeah, filming in hot, humid temperatures is not fun.
So when you're choosing your dealership, damn it, first impressions are a big deal and you should take, contact for you.
We're not in your way, right?
Loud or in your way?
No.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good. Multiple filming days going on over here.
All right, so the next stage in the brine process.
Brine process.
It's easy for you to say.